really, really challenged and abused in this, but the police haven't been challenged for their neglect and putting me on a train of communism and a bus of communism to just translate this country as for Poppy. And it wasn't, it's just kind of like she's just had a free reign to just kill me. Like she's allowed to go on all my phones, she's allowed to steal my identity, she's allowed to steal my friends, she's just allowed to buy everything off me and deny me the right to talk to anybody. If you don't think that's abuse, it's crazy. Like, that's like not allowing somebody to be independent. You're taking over my phones. You're also, I'm blackmailed by surveillance day in, day out by, these groups from overseas of like China and Pakistan and like India and all these groups like just harassing me on surveillance that I'm a dog face and ugly and like making me look like I'm a psycho every day, and I'm not. I'm calm person that likes peace, and I don't like drama at all. This is a real human rights crisis for me, because even New Zealand human rights are saying this isn't a human rights case, but it is. And even all the lawyers are saying, sorry, this isn't a real case. And it's like he's making me a no one forever on an identity abuse on like tour, which I asked Anna about. And you're trying to erase any witnesses and giving them loads of money to be in your church or in your like community and blackball me. So you've disarmed me having any rights. You just took away my rights, blamed everything on me, but you're the one that started the genocide, because there is definitely killing me as a cockroach all over the communities. There's definitely stalking me in my house that I'm a dog that's cheap in a car. There's definite like to all the like tenants that I'm looked down upon, and that's why I'm a Jew. I'm not asking for it. They're torturing me. Imagine somebody putting a microchip in you and just mobs of people that hate you coming and causing crap wherever you live. You can't have peace. She doesn't want me to live in, and they've gotten all 7 houses by abusing me all these years with a toilet video, like use of blackmail for all these years. So I feel like they've been allowed free range to just murder me. And the police and the government just like basically kept blaming me for the financial position of this country. It's got nothing to do with me. They're still all going on holidays. They're going on that I'm a lazy ass and I'm annoying and I'm this and I'm that. Well, I think it's annoying that you're taking away my generational wealth and going on holidays and eating in lavish lifestyles and Fiji and traveling around in massive campaigns of entertainment, and just gotten away with beating my face as ugly and covering it up so none of the other nations feel sorry for me, for your darling of this country. You've used like so much emotional abuse and economic violence against me. For almost 7 years I've had economic violence. I'm not just a cleaner. Like, I'm educated as well, and I'm highly skilled in design. But she didn't want me to be the same. So I'm not allowed to be included in society because I've got a fucking ugly face. But what's ugly about them is they followed me to church and had decided they didn't want anybody to like me being a valuable person of society or to be respected, so they destroyed me going to church by sexual violence. These are people in the sex industry coming after me and torturing my genitals and stretching them out, and I'm asking, why isn't their behaviour ever checked out? And the bribery and corruption and using isolation to control what I do, who I see, who I talk to, what I read, where I go, limiting my outside involvement, using jealousy to justify actions. So they blame me for all this jealousy, and it's like they're just abusing me. They make me like they're abusing my expressions online, like making me afraid to talk to anybody, smashing my things, destroying my property, killed my pets, using family and friends to discriminate me and massive walls of human shields, and they're all gunning me down in a church, like making me abuse daily that I'm ugly, preventing me from getting a job by harassing me all day, or like in like my homes, and following me to workplaces and saying to not hire me, I'm drama, or I'm a pedophile, things like this. or blackmailing me with a whole lot of TikToks, using privilege to treat me like a servant, as I don't want to be like slaving. I wanted to just go to work. They've held me hostage as an animal on TikTok, and I thought it was just a joke, but it's escalated into full-blown genocide and physical violence and mental abuse, and they've attacked my brain with some sort of fungal problems or something, and all this chemical warfare and toxic bioweapons, and it sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's real. Like, it's hard to make anyone believe me, but you probably can now that you've seen that there's about 50 holes in my wall where they wouldn't be hanging a picture on the wall with 50 holes in the wall that drill right to the other side of the jib. It's a hole to let in gas. Do you understand? Like, they're killing me off. They don't care. The water was full of maggots. The water smelt like sewage water. It didn't when it came out of the tap, and I left it there for 2 days, and it stunk. And then it was just dripping with all these like moving maggots. I don't know what he poured down my thing, and I went to go get it tested, and they stole the jar off me. And they poisoned all my elixir of blood purifiers. Like, these Indian like little boutique stores and out in South Auckland have all these like herbal remedies, and I bought all this elixirs for purifying my blood. They poisoned it all. I was taking it thinking I was going to heal, and I was realizing I was knocked out for 2 or 3 days, and then I realized my liver hurt, and then I realized, oh, actually, I think I'm being poisoned. So I put it aside to get that tested. That's been stolen. I've got all this bubble gum that was put in my bedrooms, and I wanted that to be tested with DNA because they're sexually assaulting me and calling me a gumshoe and rotten shoe, and because he is stealing my right to work. It's financial violence. It is using privilege and the rights to being pretty or handsome as a right to give away and do violence on a woman because you think she's ugly. It's a real cruel thing. Like, you're abusing, there's no justice. What you're teaching the world is that if you use all your privilege about looks, you can just beat somebody down for no reason. But I didn't deserve it because, it's just taking away all of my money. It's taking away all of the things that, India is blaming me for all this stuff, but why is India in this country? India shouldn't be living off the fruits of my family's labour. And that's what he's done. They call me a parasite, but he's parasiting off my family. He's already got a rich family. That's what I'm not happy about. And just destroying my life with all these videos that I'm a psycho. And it's like, yeah, well, you would be too if your vagina's been stretched out and I've gone through all this violence. And then, Japan, just to make me a joke, ruined my face for $16,000. It was in reports, and I was changed. I was a changed person living in the light, and I was about sun. And even my wall art in Australia was about the sun. Even my art at my mum's house was all about my heart, and all about how they were planting cornfields under the sun. Slavery. That was my artwork. And I'd painted like an Indian woman with her tits out, because they've pulled my tits out and done all this domestic violence to me. And I told you, they're stealing all the evidence out of my phones day in, day out, hacking me endlessly, relentlessly. They won't let me live my life. They won't let me see anybody. They won't let me talk to anybody. They won't let me have a family. They just sexually assault me to all the people I know to erase any rights, and then they just cause all this racism in these institutions that I'm worth $1. And I'm asking, what did I do to deserve this? Not once. They target me, and now the mother wants me locked up for 20 years so she can keep doing this negative witchcraft over my life, to never let me have love for the rest of my life. But why is there remnants of love in my life? You can see it in my art. You can see the sun in my art about my soul going through tyranny.